Good. Happy Monday evening, October 26th, 2020. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Monday evening, so let's begin. First, we begin with COVID-19 updates for New Hampshire. COVID-19 in New Hampshire, what you need to know. Let's take a look at that right now. And here is a look at that information for all of you right now. There are 10,328 number of people in New Hampshire have tested positive for COVID-19. 8,626,537 number of people in the United States who have tested positive. 473 number of deaths from COVID-19 in New Hampshire. 766 number of people who have been hospitalized with COVID-19 in New Hampshire. And 197 number of deaths from COVID-19 in the United States. Let's take a look at this map of New Hampshire right here where current cases of COVID-19 are. In Manchester, 128. Let's take a look at this map of New Hampshire where total cases of COVID-19 are. Manchester, 2367. And now let's take a look at these three charts here. Let's start with the first chart here. New cases each day in New Hampshire in the purple, daily new positive COVID-19 cases. In the orange, new hospitalization. In the red, deaths. Let's take a look at this chart here. Current cases in the purple, total current COVID-19 cases. And in the orange, current hospitalization. Let's take a look at this chart here. Total cases in the purple, total positive COVID-19 cases. In the orange, total hospitalization. Red, deaths, and blue recovered. And now let's take a look at this chart here. Positive PCR test rate and daily PCR test. And let's take a look at this chart here. Age group of cases, female and male of cases, and risk information. And let's take a look at this chart here. Infections, hospitalizations, and deaths. And let's take a look at this chart here. Deaths, percent of New Hampshire population, race/ethnicity of cases, and hospitalizations. And a reminder, your common symptoms: fever, lack of smell, cough, difficult breathing, chills, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. How it spreads, and prevention tips. And be sure to stay with the Riley King Network for the latest of your COVID-19 information. Federal funds sent to New Hampshire to help eliminate lead paint. Money will help landlords migrate lead paint issues. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Andy Hirschberger.
Before winter comes, your old car has got to go because Auto North.
The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development announced $12 million in grant money that will go to New Hampshire to fight this problem. Officials say some of these funds will be available to help landlords improve lead paint issues in their buildings. They say this money will make homes safer for low-income families with children. About $5 million of this money will go to Nashua, and another $1.3 million will be given to Sullivan County to address lead hazards in more than 300 housing units. Officials say lead paint is most dangerous to young people and pregnant women.
Well, lead paint is particularly a problem for children under the age of 6. So it gets into their bloodstream. It affects their neurological development permanently. It's irreversible. So the more we can keep kids away from lead, the better off they're going to be.
We've made tremendous strides in lead removal and in improving the situation for families in New Hampshire, but we still have a ways to go.
This money is part of $165 million that is going to help lead paint problems in 23 states. In Concord, Andy Hirschberger, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And 1 hour ago, Hampton firefighters and fire officials posted this on their Facebook page. Take a look. Box transmitted for 24 Island Path reported vehicle fully involved against a building on fire, as you can see in these photos. Tuckaway Tavern in Raymond, New Hampshire is closed again as an employee tested for COVID. The Tuckaway Tavern in Raymond, New Hampshire is being commended for their transparency and honesty with the community. On Sunday afternoon, they took to their Facebook page to announce that unfortunately one of their staff members tested positive for COVID-19. As of now, they closed until further notice, so they can take all the necessary precautions, disinfecting the building, and the rest of the staff needs to get tested, etc. When this happened back in July, the Tuckaway was in touch with CDC to ensure that they did everything that could to keep the rest of their staff and their customers safe. They ask that you be patient during this time, and they will keep you posted on a reopening date. To the employee who tested positive for this virus, I wish you a speedy recovery, and to the rest of the Tuckaway Tavern staff and their loyal customers, hang in there. Hopefully we will be able to safely reopen soon and continue serving the community. Best tuckin' meat there is. And let's take a look at your coronavirus in Massachusetts. And here's a look at the coronavirus in Massachusetts for Monday. New cases, 1,216. Test positivity rate, 6.05%. 30-day mass COVID-19 castrated. ICU cases, 105, 4 in 24 hours. Deaths, 9,657, plus 17 in 24 hours. Recoveries, 122,856, updated Thursdays. And that is a look at your COVID-19 in Massachusetts. Man arrested for willfully malicious burning a ballot box in Boston, police say. Let's take a listen to that video from WCVB, Boston.
The man underwent a mental health evaluation here at the courthouse. Authorities saying they do not believe he was plotting against our democracy. 39-year-old Worldy Armand stands before a judge this afternoon. Prosecutors say the Boston man put an object on fire and dropped it inside the ballot box outside the Boston Public Library in Copley Square, setting it ablaze. Boston police arrested Armand late last night, saying he had burns on his fingers and a cigarette lighter on him, charging him with willful and malicious burning.
I do not believe that this individual is, plotting against our democracy. I think he is emotionally disturbed.
Armand underwent a mental health evaluation in court. Authorities say he has a history of arson, lighting a dumpster on fire that same night, and setting another fire in Malden earlier this month. More than 100 ballots were impacted, and at least 30 were damaged either by the fire or by the water extinguishing it. Local, state, and federal officials urging anyone who voted there recently to reach out to the Secretary of State's office. Meantime, Mayor Marty Walsh saying voters can be assured that our first and foremost priority is maintaining the integrity of our elections process. We remain committed to making their voices heard in this and every election, and maintaining transparency and trust with voters.
Whether it is intentional or not, we're going to make sure we remove individuals that are doing that.
Now, the FBI is also investigating, but right now no federal charges have been filed. We also asked the public defender if he had any comment for his client. He did not.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And let's take a look at your COVID-19 updates for Maine. Maine CDC reports increase of 53 coronavirus cases, 29 new recoveries. Let's take a listen to that video from WMTW News 8 Maine.
AirServe Southern Maine cares about you and your family. Our indoor air quality products capture viruses, rendering them harmless, keeping your home's air clean. Call now for our winter discount starting at just $879 installed. Breathe easy. Call today.
Turn back to those coronavirus numbers that we discussed at the top of the show. New numbers released from Maine CDC. Now, there have been more than 100 new cases reported just over the past 2 days. 53 new cases reported today. That brings our new total to 6,254. Now, the death toll does stay at 146, but this is the active cases that we were talking about earlier. Active cases jumping to 745. That takes into account those who have died and those who have recovered. That is the highest that we've seen here in our state. 8 people are currently in the hospital.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Maine getting 400,000 COVID-19 rapid tests from Trump administration. The Trump administration announced Monday that it is sending 400,000 rapid antigen tests to the state of Maine. The Benax Now test, which are produced by Abbott Labs, can detect COVID-19 in as little as 15 minutes, officials said. The tests are produced at Abbott's facility in Westbrook. The company announced it would double its main workforce to make the rapid test. The Trump administration said 400,000 tests would be distributed by the state. The administration said it has previously sent 26,000 COVID-19 rapid tests to Great Care facilities in Maine. And as of October 26th, more than 100,000 Benax Now tests have been shipped to Maine. And that does it for this evening newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for watching this evening edition of the Riley King Newscast. I hope you all have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another newscast. I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Good night and goodbye, everyone.